And racing towards the first of the 8 flights, Belfine looks to be one of the early leaders. Belfine flows right up with the pace also, and Vintage Crop as they come to the first of the 8 flights. Flown and Vintage Crop landed together from Belfine on the far side, then Jinxie Jack. Just in behind them, Athai Spirit, and then Duke of Monmouth. Staunch Friend over on the far side with Halkopous. And it's Belfine, the leader now from Flown. Then Vintage Crop and Athai Spirit. Staunch Friend over on the far side with Halkopous, and then Jinxie Jack, and they're being followed by King Credo, and behind him comes the grey Crebensis as they come to the second flight. Belfine is the leader from Flown in second, then Jinxie Jack, and on the near side Athai Spirit with Vintage Crop. Behind them Duke of Monmouth. Prominent in the centre of the field is Granville again, and the back marker at the moment is Ruling with Colton 1 from last, and Belfine still the leader. Belfine from Flown on the outside of Jinxie Jack. Then comes Vintage Crop, Halkopous on the inside, King Credo next, and Athai Spirit, and then Duke of Monmouth. Granville again and Crebensis, and then Morley Street on the outside of Staunch Friend, and behind him is Royal Derby and Flaky Dove. Then Colton, Oh So Risky, and Eyelid, another of the back markers, with Ruling actually last, and Belfine is still the leader. Belfine lands over that in the lead. From Jinxie Jack and Flown, and Vintage Crop wide. King Credo right up with them. Halkopous going the shortest way on the inside. Duke of Monmouth and Granville again on the outer. In the centre is the grey Crebensis. Just in behind him is Royal Derby. They come down to the next flight. And Belfine landed clear of Jinxie Jack in second. Flown is third. 4 is Halkopous. Then Vintage Crop on the outside with Duke of Monmouth. Behind him King Credo. Crebensis trying to get into it. Then Granville again and Royal Derby. Colton making a little progress towards the outside, but got a great deal to do. Jinxie Jack has taken over now. Over the 5th, Jinxie Jack, the leader from Belfine in second. Flown is third. Vintage Crop now prominent in 4. On the inside is Halkopous, then comes Duke of Monmouth, then Granville again, who's travelling well with King Credo. Colton is making good progress now towards the outside, but Jinxie Jack is the leader. It's Jinxie Jack from Flown and Vintage Crop. Then on the inside, Halkopous and Belfine, and Crebensis making quite good progress. Racing down now towards the third last, and Flown landed just in the lead there from Jinxie Jack, very little between the two. Just in behind them come Vintage Crop on the outside, then Halkopous making good ground, King Credo and Granville again, and then Colton towards the outside at the second last flight now. Jinxie Jack, Flown and Vintage Crop, and here comes Oh So Risky on the outside, and Halkopous on the inner, and Royal Derby's putting in a good run too. And as they race now level up for the home turn, Royal Derby has come there on the stand side to take it up. There could be a shock result. Granville again on the far side, Royal Derby on the near side, Granville again on the far side, Royal Derby and Granville again, these two. Halkopous over on the far side, Granville again, and Peter Scudamore has now taken it up. It's Granville again from Royal Derby and Halkopous as they race up towards the line. Granville again from Royal Derby, who's fighting back, but Granville again is going to win it. At the line, Granville again has won it. Royal Derby is second, Halkopous is third, King Credo is 4, and that's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 1993 Smurfit Champion Challenge Trophy, with the winner, number 6, Granville again, owned by Mr. Eric Scarth, trained by Martin Pipe and ridden by Peter Scudamore. Second, number 13, Royal Derby, owned by Mr. Michael Tabor, trained by Neville Callahan and ridden by Mark Perrott. And third was number 7, Halkopous, owned by Mr. Athos Christodoulou, trained by Mark Tompkins and ridden by Adrian Maguire, with 4th, number 9, King Credo.
A mad gallop right from the front, and this suited a lot of horses. Just one tailed off as we look at them. That's Old Ruling. Athai Spirit is next, and Staunch Friend at the back. But look up the front. Old Jinxie Jack is here. 2 out. He's in front of the yellow hat. On the inside, Halkopous, but immediately behind Jinxie Jack, hidden there, is Skew on the eventual winner. But look towards the outside. We've got Vintage Crop jumping and just touching the top there. Flown on his inside. The Grey Crebensis is weakened behind them. Royal Derbi seemingly cantering at this point in the orange disc. And So Risky not far behind them, the same about Morley Street. But as they come off the bend, old Jinxie Jacks, who stays at the one pace, about to be drowned by Royal Derbi nearest to us and Granville again. Halkopous in behind. Morley Street, look at him being switched to the inner. He's run a good race. King Credo in the light blue, he's run a super race. But here I thought, well, has Skew gone too soon? And funny enough, he got in close there, just wrapped the top, and I thought that might put Granville again off, but no, it didn't. He kept on gamely up the hill. I wonder, it can't have been that two full brothers have ever won the champion hurdle before. Here he's being tackled by Royal Derbi, who when it came to it, just couldn't peg this horse back. Halkopous on the far side, wide of them, has run a good race, and Steve Woodman must be delighted with his fourth place for King Credo. But Granville again, having done what his brother Morley Street did, and that's a